Hi, this is Ennis from Never Stop Trucking. I'm talking about MC/DOT numbers today. I've seen a lot of questions on the channel about this, and even though I made a video a while ago, and I'll try to find and put it here in the cards, I spoke about that, about difference between dispatchers and carriers and brokers, and who needs an MC number and who doesn't. I'll talk about that again because I see a lot of comments about that and questions that I'm getting on comments and on my email, namely from dispatchers or soon-to-be dispatchers about MC numbers. MC number is a motor carrier number, and it's issued by FMCSA slash DOT. They are not the same department, but we just call them DOT. And then you get an MC number and US DOT number at the same time. They are not same, but usually all these carriers and brokers can be identified by either MC number or DOT number. A big practice is that everyone just asks for your MC number, and then FMCSA a few years ago they started talking about getting rid of MC numbers, just using DOT numbers, but they still haven't done so. Now when you get your authority as a carrier or as a broker, you still get an MC number and a US DOT number. So with dispatchers, if you are an independent dispatcher just working from home, or maybe getting in an office, but you are only dispatching carriers, other carriers who have their own MC numbers or owner operators, and you are not planning to engage in transportation directly. Okay, you're not going to have your own trucks that you're going to buy in your name and then have them on the road, or you're not going to have an authority where owner operators with their own trucks are leased onto you. And when they're leased onto you, that means that they're driving under your name, under your truck signs on the side of their truck, under your insurance, with your drug screen policy, under your safety records, should I say. So if you are not planning to do any of this, if you're just planning to call a carrier or call an owner operator and merely dispatch and find loads for them, you don't have to have an MC number. More exactly, you can't have an MC number. Okay, so if you're asking me or someone else, like whether you need an MC number, not just that you don't need it, you can't have it. You can't have an MC number unless you have a truck in your fleet that's your truck or an owner operator, someone else's truck, on your insurance with your company name on the side of their truck, that they're officially under contract leased on to you. So one more time, you can't have an MC number. If whoever wants to have an MC number and DOT numbers, that means they want to become a carrier, and they want to be legally engaged in transporting goods or passengers or freight, or arranging freight to be transported as a broker in United States of America. In order to get that and to do that, you have to apply on FMCSA's website. For that, pay a $300 fee just to get the authority. Have an agent, a registered agent that fills out the form called BOC3 on your behalf, and you have to have an active liability insurance in no less than $750,000. And most carriers go with $1 million because it's a common practice, and I advise everyone just to do $1 million. In order to get the MC authority, it's not that hard to get it, except for the insurance part. You just go to their website. You have to have an address registered in United States. You can't live abroad, not have residency in United States and get an MC number. You can't. You have to have a physical address. You can't register authority with a PO box or with like a mailing address. You have to have a physical location where DOT officers can come over and audit you and look at your paperwork and look at your trucks. Okay, so you can't have an authority if you live abroad, at least not legally. So that's easy. You pay $300. You have to have a residency in the United States, and then you get one of those agents. They cost anywhere from like $50 one-time fee to like $150 annually, and there are hundreds of them, and you can choose and pick whichever you want to do. And that's just like a piece of paper. You fill it out, pay them, and then you forget about it. Okay, but the third most important thing is the insurance. It's a liability insurance that you have to have, and it's very expensive. It's very expensive to have, especially for new carriers. You're a new carrier, you have a new authority. Maybe you don't even have any experience in the industry, and the insurances are just gonna, like, most insurances will not even look at you. There are only a few insurances that will work with new carriers, and their rates are just ridiculous. Usually like a good rate nowadays for a carrier is like maybe like $10,000 per truck. Usually it's more. It can be like $15,000 to $20,000, and that's per year per truck. Okay. But for a new carrier, it's going to be much, much more than that. If you're lucky, you're going to get like $10,000 to $15,000 a year, but then a lot of them will quote you for like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a year for one truck. And then on top of that, you have to give them usually at least a 20% down payment. So just think about it, okay? That's a lot of money to pay every month for one truck. It's a lot of money to pay down. Okay, so you can't just have a fake truck on your policy. You can't have a temporary truck, or like some people think they can just age an authority. You can't age an authority because you have to have an active insurance on that. If you want to age your MC number, then you have to pay a lot of money for that imaginary truck or a fake truck on your policy, without making any money. It doesn't make sense. If you want to be a carrier, you have to have a truck before you apply for the MC authority, because the FMCSA will not grant you the authority. You're not going to be legal until you have active insurance. So once they get approved that you have an active insurance, and that means like you paid your down payment, you have a truck, you have an actual truck, and you paid your down payment, and then the insurance house issued you a new policy, and they will send it to DOT, to FMCSA. They will send it to them, and then only then, after they get that's the final step. Then they will grant you the authority, and then you have other things that you have to take care of, like drug screen and paperwork. But that's all minor in compared to this. So if you wonder if you want to be a dispatcher, or if you're already a dispatcher, and if you wonder whether you have to have an MC number or whether you should have it, I hope this cleared it up for you, that you can't have it without a truck, and at the end you don't need it, because when you engage in dispatching trucks, you're like a middleman between the broker and the owner operator or carrier, and you're just looking for loads for them, and they give you they sign a paper where they give you permission to book a load on their behalf, and that's all you're doing. You're looking for loads for them, and just forwarding that load information, and then you're there if they need help. Maybe you're helping them with invoices. If the load is not ready, you call the broker. You're also filling out the paperwork, and then maybe doing other, like paperwork services for them. But essentially, your middleman booking loads on their behalf. You never book a load in your name. You book a load in that MC number that you work with. So if you have 5 owner operators and they all have their own MC number, when you call the broker, you give them that MC number of that carrier. So before you engage in business with a certain carrier, you have to have their paperwork, their packet, their insurance, their authority, something that they sign that they will pay you for your services. And then when you call on a load, then you give the broker that MC number for the load, for the truck or for the owner operator that you're looking for. So you don't give them your MC number because you don't have one, you don't need one, you can't get one. So I hope this clarified things a little bit for you. If you have any more questions, ask me. Like the video, share it, come back for more. I'll see you around. Thanks for watching.